Welcome back to Hey Kentucky's Casting Call Edition. It's time to see how Lane's audition went and whether they'll advance to the next round.
Once again, we sit in with a 3-judge panel of Matt Jones, Haley Harmon, and this guy.
All right, so this is Lane. Lane, you got a lot of interesting stuff here. First of all, you interned for the CIA.
I did in college, yes. I went into college to do, I wanted to work federal law enforcement.
Pull that mic up a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I wanted to go into college, work federal law enforcement. I actually had the idea of working for the FBI. I had a professor at EKU that kind of took me under his wing, kind of gave me a direct into where I should go with it, and I did some internship work and was not comfortable with it. It just was not me. I met with an individual.
What didn't you like about being in the CIA? You're not...
personality-wise, it was a.
You're not close enough to the Russians?
No, exactly. No, I'm not.
You liked that one, didn't you, Lee?
Yeah, I loved it.
More of a
Watch him leak everything now.
more straight-laced than I am. I'm much more laid back,
that.
and it was just a much more like quiet, structured. You sit in an office, and
your
that's
family
not me.
owns Purnell Sausage.
Yes.
Wow.
Tastes like country sausage ought to taste.
My great-granddad started it, and then my granddad owned it. And when my mom got out of high school, he said, I don't want to work. So he sold it. My great-uncles own it. So Al Purnell is my great-uncle.
Oh, well, that's good.
My 2 brothers work there. I don't want to work in sausage, but they love it, so that's fine with me. I'm proud of my family.
All right, now you can name every NCAA champion since 1945, so let's just see who won it in 1977.
Marquette.
All right, who won it in 1951?
Oh, Kentucky.
Who won it in 1959?
California.
Ooh, I like that one. That was a hard one. Who won it in 2002?
Maryland over IU.
There you go. Do you know the losers, too, in the games?
Some of them. I told Drew, actually, I did it while I was leaving, and I got in my car, and I was like, I'm a wimp. I was like, I can go to 1939. That's when it started. I was like,
Oregon in 39.
Yeah.
I can do a lot of them, but not all of them. All right, let's get started.
All right.
UK basketball fans came into the national spotlight following threats made against a referee who officiated during a team's loss against North Carolina NCAA tournament. Do you think all of Big Blue Nation was unfairly branded for the acts of a few fans that crossed the line?
Absolutely, I do. I was following it, and I think it's important to know that watching the game, fans, we get upset. We know when a referee's being bad, I mean, it's obvious, but I think out of the national media, it made it sound as if there's 200 people calling this individual. There's thousands of people, death threats, and I think they only end up catching about, I think it was like 7 individuals that they had the voicemails from that were leaving death threats. And I think for months the national media fed off of it. Let's brand UK as these crazy people, these hillbillies that are calling. It's like, we'll take crazy. That's fine with us. But I think it's ridiculous to look as the whole state of Kentucky is calling this guy, threatening him, trying to get his business closed. Now, I think with every fan base, there's that small amount that are a little crazy. Ours might be a little bit more than that. We're very vocal. I think out of some of the larger fan bases, we do have a side that could do that, but I think to shadow the whole fan base as that, I think we were very unjustly, put in the spotlight.
We're talking about affecting a man's livelihood, trying to brandish his business and trying to throw salt on that and ruin that for him. That's something that's very dangerous. Sometimes you have to punish the effects of a couple people. You have to punish everybody for the effects of a couple people. That's how teams work, and you're cheering for a basketball team, so why shouldn't that be the same way with Big Blue Nation?
I agree with you. I think it is inappropriate. I think it is. I think it's uncalled for to call an individual outside of being a referee. This is his personal livelihood. This is his family. I do think that's irresponsible.
Let me stop you.
Yes, sir.
Because I want to go a different question. Do you believe that Confederate statues should be taken down outside of cities?
I think with Confederate statues, my question would be, have you ever been to England?
Well, talk to me. I'm
sorry. Have you ever been to Europe? Have you ever been to England?
I'm going in a week.
Well, while you're there, I would like to ask, are there statues of George Washington or any of the other revolutionary people that beat them?
Probably not.
That's where I stand on it. I don't think it's appropriate to have statues of individuals in areas that they lost. This is, it's the United States of America. It did not become the Confederate States of America. I think it's important for a lot of individuals in those states. I know I have personal family and friends that it is offensive for. While it might not be as a personal attack on me, I do feel as if people should be able to not have statues that are personally offensive to them or to their culture in the United States. I don't see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop. Lee.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good answer. Well, almost at the very end. I don't think it's about. Anyway, but yeah, you handled Matt well. Now, you rambled for me a little bit with the John Higgins question because I would like for you to be more passionate because it seemed like I wanted to agree with you that Higgins sucked, and I wanted you to say that. I wanted you to at least make me feel, because that seemed to be your position, so I wanted to feel, oh, yeah, this guy's with me. He understands Higgins sucked, so you got a reaction about that from the fans. But you didn't quite convey it. You tried to be a little too diplomatic with that, and I think I'd want you to steer away from that. Be passionate.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Don't be afraid to be passionate and just say what you're really thinking. But I really liked you were easy to follow.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of extra verbiage in there and extra words. You were just saying what you were thinking, to me, at least at the beginning. Towards the end, yeah, especially on that last question a little bit. But the first question, I thought you did a great job answering it, and you were easy to listen to, easy to follow. But yeah, a little more passion could be there. And yeah, just say what you think for sure.
Awesome. It's interesting. I disagree. I thought you rambled. I mean, I thought you had 30 seconds of a good answer, and then I think if I hadn't cut you off on that Confederate monument, you might still be talking. I just think there's look, I'm long-winded too, so that happens. But I think if you're going to keep talking, keep saying different things. Don't say the same thing over and over and over and over again and pound it into the ground. But still thought you did a good job. Yes or no, Lee?
You know what? I don't, because again, I did think you were sort of searching for some sort of semblance of reason on that first issue, and I wanted you to hit me and get me fired up. I'm going to have to say no.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes. I liked you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'm going to put it in your wheelhouse whether or not you get it. If you can tell me who was the runner-up in 1987 for the national championship, you get a yes. If you get it wrong, it's a no.
Syracuse.
You're correct. You can move on to the next round.
Lost IU.
Buddy, good job. Congratulations, man. Good job. So Lane is headed to round 2. That's coming up in the fall here on Hey Kentucky.
Coming up next, you'll hear what he had to say after his audition. Don't go away.